that is the sound of the jar of names. Let's pick out a name. Well, actually, technically, this is the other jar still, because there's more names in this one. Right, anyway, this podcast is for everyone, including, but not excluded to, Spudley Dudley 85. Right, back in the name, jar name you go. And if I close it, we will begin. So, welcome to A Cup of Tea in a Podcast. This is the Cup of Tea. And this is the podcast. Right. So, welcome to the last episode in February. So we say goodbye to February this week. First is tomorrow, I think, actually. Yes, which is actually quite good related to the question, which we'll talk about later. But, yeah. Right, so this week you can skip to this week's update, this week's topic, this week's book club, this week's question, and this week's goals. Right, so let's start off with update. As I turn the page. So, this week, it was back to college and stuff. Like I said we were doing, which was obviously going to make an impact on the videos, which I think it has a little bit. I haven't really fallen behind on anything. There's a few details I missed, but I sort of caught them up quite quickly because I wanted to try and stay on top of that. But it was basically related to editing, that's where it took most of the time away from editing. Which was sad, I know, but I think I'm sort of settling down now. I'm getting back into the swing of it now. We're back to work and everything. Also, this week, Wednesday, I'm not got the day off as I usually do for the last 4 weeks. My time off has come to an end, and now I must go back in on Wednesdays, which means I can't do anything on Wednesdays. But yeah, hopefully this will work. Hopefully it all works out. And you may have seen the new video series Tea Break. There should be some more episodes of that this week as well. So just stay tuned for that. Topics now, then let's get on to this week's topics, and this week's names is more specifically what we're doing first. Today we have a podcast, that's what you're watching right now, or listening to right now, I suppose. Hello, this is this week's podcast. And then later today we have a Harvest Moon Back to Nature episode called Dead Days. Guess what happens in that episode? Yeah, that's right, you got it right. Tuesday we have Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, Warrior Within, the second one. It's called Sound of Time, because we have some sound issues which we try to figure out throughout the entirety of the episode. And then Wednesday, we have 2 episodes of Dark Cloud. One is called Lover's Conspiracy. If you know the story, you know what happens in that episode. And then Wednesday, we got something called Do You Wanna Build a Snowman? Come on, let's go and play. You can probably guess what that's about as well if you know the story, especially with the boss. And then Thursday, we got Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. It's called Scorpion Sting. Similar to the Snake Bite episode, if you know why it was called that. And then Friday, we've got Harvest Moon Back to Nature called Gold Bunny. Bit misleading, that. It's got nothing to do with a bunny, really. Or has it? Actually, why is it called Gold Bunny? I actually don't know why it's called Gold Bunny. There's a reason, though. Good luck trying to find it out. And then we've also got an episode of Dark Cloud on Friday called Tomb Raider. Try and guess what area we get to by Friday. And then Saturday we've got 2 episodes of Dark Cloud as well, and both of them actually have really cool names. I'm glad these are out on the same day. One's called The Mummy, the other one's called The Mummy Returns. Again, you can guess clearly where we are from that simple title. Right, and also this week, I want to try and get out the Division Beta, Dark Zone Episode 1. And then I want to get out Episode 2 of the Division Beta as well that I did, of the Tea Break. And then I just basically want to get out the rest of them as well. I want to get out the Dead Zone 2 or 3. I don't know if it's going to be in 1 episode or 2 episodes yet. But 3 episodes of Tea Break this week. And then we'll have the final one next week on the Tuesday, which is when the game actually comes out, which I think works out quite well. So that's why I want to get 3 out this week. And it should be possible because I'm working on them right now, which is good, hopefully. Right, and then hopefully, we'll talk more about this in the goal, but we hopefully should have had a Cup of Adventure video out. And the hint last week was something a Cup of Adventure is missing, and of course it's missing channel art and stuff. So we made a video making the channel art. It was basically me just talking about my ideas I did and explained about my old logo as well, and just went through it like that, just so you could see what we were talking about. Right, now there should be hopefully 2, at least 1, but hopefully 2 episodes of Cup of Adventure this week. One of them, the hint is print something of something, or print something off something. And then the other one is something that's happening this weekend, it's going to be related to that. That's the main one I want to get out, because obviously it's something specific to this weekend. Alright, what's after that? It is the book club. So, still reading The Witcher, Sword of Destiny. Really good, actually. Sort of getting more towards the climax of the first book, very nearly finished on the last chapter. And it's quite good because from reading these books, I know more about series past. Like, if you know Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, you know about series past. Well, you know about Ciri. But reading these books, you sort of grow up with her, because obviously they're set before the game, so you sort of grow up with her basic information, if that makes sense. Like, you get her training and her history, etc., 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 which is pretty good. And I watched a video about The Witcher as well, and just watching that and seeing Ciri, it's like, oh my god, it feels like I'm like a, I don't know, an uncle or something where I've just seen, what's it called? Like, I've just seen like a child that I used to know grown up, and it's like, oh, that's actually really sweet. You know, it's like, it's weird how it sort of changes your perception of a game because you've read the books which tell you about the past of it. It's quite interesting, and it's very, very fancy. Right, what else is going on the book club? That's it, actually. So let's move on to something else. Let's go on to the community section. No, let's not go on to the community section. I'm currently fishing in Dark Cloud. I'm trying to catch a baron, and I think I found one, but it's obviously taking a while. No, it's definitely a baron. That's way too big not to be a baron. Anyway, you'll find out more in the last episode, The Mummy Returns. You'll find out more in that, and in episode Cuppa's Story, which is next week. Next week. No, not this week, next week. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, getting a bit confused. Anyway, let's get on to Mention Monday then. These people are the people that commented on last week's videos. We have a bunch of names. We have 12 this week. It's crazy. You've got some new faces as well as some old ones. But let's start off. We start off with Max Ravage, Horrier, Nick Pro, Mr. Big White 661199, Dragon Lord 55511, Tomato Head Gaming, Nintendo Wizard Games, Try B Raz, Mr. Laughing Corpse 2, Hysterical Chaos, Bay of Cheto Gaming, and 8 Board Reaper. So thank you for commenting, you lovely people. It's always a pleasure to see some of your comments. And after that, we shall go on to the Q&A. So, Q&A this week, we have one question from Dragonlord 55511, who says, "Hello, Sir JDTwoSixTwo. I have a question and a riddle for you. Question: if you could be your own Batman villain, what would your powers and what would you call yourself?" I'm going to turn this on its head, as I usually do. I'm not sure about a villain, never really thought about a villain, but I'm going to change it to hero. I would love to be like two types of heroes. Either we have a team, and it's like the classic, like main classes in like RPGs where you get the mage, thief, and the warrior. I would love to have like a team of like those three people, a bit like Trine, I suppose you could say, but similar to Kingdom's Amalur Reckoning, that system where if you put points into mage and warrior, you become a battle mage. So like, this team could sort of like combine and then become these sort of like so that the mage and the warrior could combine and like do like co-op moves, and they could become like a battle mage sort of figure. I would love that. But if I had to choose one, I would like to be like a knight, like in armour, walk around in armour, and just have like a sword and have a few magic skills as well. But I don't know what I'd be called, like the Knight of Tea or something, or or it could be called Nighty, because it sounds quite funny, because it's like a pun, because a nightie is something a lady wears when they go to bed. I suppose men can wear it as well, I suppose, but it's usually a lady's garment for when they go to sleep. So it's quite funny and punny and tea related. So I like that. I quite like that. Yeah, but that's who I would be. Special powers, just like a mage / warrior. Battle mage. That's what they're called. Okay, so sorry to go on about that one, but that was quite a good question. I like that question. Riddle: my shadow hills are the faces of kings. My horizon is always near. My music sends men to their graves. My absence sends men to work. What am I? Hint: it was the currency object that was once made of gold and silver and is now made of cheap metals like zinc and nickel. It is what you use for money besides paper bills and checks. Also, it is the item that the Batman villain Two-Face uses to make his decisions when he flips it. A coin? I don't get that. My shadow hills are the faces of kings. Oh, okay, yeah, because the face, the head on it, yeah. My horizon is always near. Don't get that one. My music sends men to their graves. My music? My absence sends men to work. Not sure about that one, but I think obviously it's judging from the hint, it's coin. Anyway, moving on because we're getting over time. Subscribers. This week we went from 1,125 to 1,129, an increase of 4 names, and we actually have 4 names on the list this week. We have Slayer GMM, Laughing Matter, Merel Anna van der Vide, and Richard Wibisono. So thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the community. If you think you found a Baron Garanian fish from Dark Cloud, let me know, because I need them. I've only found 2 so far, assuming this one is one. Right, what's after subscribers? It is question. Last week's question is, can you think of any games that we can play together in the future, or do you want to play any games in the future? And then we had Max Ravage, who played with me in the tea break. He said, "It's alright, dude. It was fun playing with you. I'd love to get to play with you more in the future if you're up to it." So I didn't mention a game, but he said he's up for playing it in the future. And we actually do have a name of a game we can play next. And we're going to go on to that in the question for you. So, basically, because I had to play online with the Division Beta, I had to do the PlayStation Plus thingy. So I had to bought like a month, and I thought, let's have a look at what games are on the PlayStation Plus thing, because they give it like games for gold sort of thing, like the Xbox did. And there's a game called Helldivers, made by the same people as Magicka. So I thought, I'll have a look. It looked alright at first, didn't look at like anything special, but I read the sort of trophies, and I thought, maybe we'll have a look, see what it's like. So then I downloaded it, played it, and I love it. And I love all of the sort of like the customization behind it as well. Like you get these I'm going to say paradigms, but that's Final Fantasy 13. What they're called? You get these things where you can call them down, and you get like turrets, and you get like a dog turret thingy, and you get like loads of these different things. And I thought, it looks quite cool. So I got it, played it, love it. So I've actually bought the DLC for it as well. So in the future, we're going to be playing this game. So my question is to you, if you have a PlayStation 4 and you have Helldivers, the game, it's free on PlayStation Plus at the moment until Tuesday, tomorrow the 1st, so you can get it now if you don't have it. So let me know if you want to get together and play it like we did with the Division Beta videos, which you'll see. Actually, you might not have seen that yet. You will do. So we're going to play it together. We'll make a video about it, and it'll be so cool, hopefully. I think Max Ravage and Nick Pro have already signed up for this, so I think it's 4 players, so we can get 1 more player if you want it. It's up to you. Let me know. Inform me. Tell me. We'll get some games together. And of course, when I said we're going to play games together from now on, I meant it. This is going to happen. Thinking about subscribers Sunday, but I don't think that will stick. It'll just be something I do. But yeah, hopefully this will happen. We'll see. Probably won't be about like a month until we start playing, but bear with us. Wheels turn slowly on this channel. But we'll get round to it because, yes, I'm excited. So yeah, let me know if you want to play that game, Helldivers, on PlayStation 4. Yeah, hopefully it'll work out. It's a great fun game. Check it out if you don't know it. What's after that? It is this week's comment. It is this week's comment. This week's comment goes to a new face, Tomato Head Gaming. He commented on Harvest Moon 122 called Tomato Warfare, named by Horia. And he said, "As a Tomato Head, I find this episode triggering." Perfect. I think this is your proper channel. I don't think you made this specifically for this reason, which is why you got this week's comment, because timings, punny, I love it. Fantastic. Right, now let's go on to this week's goals. So, last week's goals was to get 1 episode of the Tea Break out. That has definitely been done. That is literally just gone live, I think, for when I'm recording this. I'm recording this on the Sunday. Anybody commented? Not yet. No one's seen it, but it's out there. 44 minutes long. I go through the introduction and do the medical mission of the beta. And it was fun. I liked that bit, but we'll see what happens in the episode if you haven't seen it already. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let me know. And the other one was to get a channel art video out. One Cup of Adventure video. At the moment, it hasn't happened. Before I recorded this podcast, I did something that I needed to do before I can... until I could make the next part of that episode, because it's quite a big one, this one. Obviously you've seen it, channel art. I could tell you, I had to finish the thumbnails for Cup of Adventure, and I've finished them now, so hopefully the rest of the episode will go very easily when I'm editing it. But obviously, I won't put this out until I've finished it, so hopefully that should have been out. And if not, then I can't use this podcast, which is stupid really. So yeah, it will be done. If this podcast is late, that's why, because I need to get that done. But it should be done because I'm very close to finishing it. Right, so this week's goals are what's going to happen. I want to get 1 Cup of Adventure video out, specifically just at least the one for this weekend, if not 2, because I want to try and get the other one done as well, which should happen because they're going to be quite easy to edit now. But we'll find out how well that goes this week. And I also want to get out T-Break as well. I want to try and get the last one out on the 8th, which is next Tuesday, because that's when the game comes out in America. So I'm thinking, promotion, get myself out there. Yeah, it'll be a good time to do it, because people will be looking at that game because it comes out that day. So business win. But yeah, that's the goal for that one. So 2 goals, T-Break and Cup of Adventure should all be good. And then we'll finish this now then. So I'll finish this cup of tea. Nice. And then I will say see you next time. Until next time we meet. And now we're going to go and find out if this fish is a Barangarian. And if it is, yay, 800 fishing points for me. But yeah, so I will end it now with what film? I want to be a man cub. And stroll right into town. I've reached the top and I had to stop, and that's what's been bothering me. Oh, whoopie-doo, I want to be like you. I want to talk like you, walk like you. I was only supposed to do the first line.